Welcome everyone. Oh wait, I should probably save. Alright. So, anyway, we're an ambassador. And, you know, I have a feeling what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make half of my decisions things that I would actually do. And the other half, if there's just a really, really funny thing to do, that I would pick that. Because, A. Anyway, I'm liking doing all the voices in this one because they're alien race, so I'm just making up whatever, like, it's helping me find ones that I didn't even know I had. So, we're gonna keep up with that. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. I opened the door. I was met by another dragon. Oh, hey! Okay, this is the worst part of all new games, is figuring out the voices. Okay.
Hello, you must be Dayzee. I'm Sebastian. I'll be your escort or security, I suppose. I usually work for the police, though. Nice to meet you.
Oh, great, we got 5-0 in here. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs. The two forelimbs instead of having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Okay, so there's bipedals and quadrupeds. Okay. So kind of a mix. Kiss his hand! Should we? Part of me is like, what would I personally do? I would personally shake his hand. Of course, if this was, like, should I just dick around and pick the worst possible ones? Because that would be hilarious. But, nah, for this time, we'll just shake his hand. I took his hand into mine to shake it gently. I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So where are you taking me?
Straight to business, eh? We're going to visit the plant where they are making your generators. They have some news for you, so I've heard. Riza will be there too.
Sounds great.
Just follow me.
As we walked, I was under the impression that we were purposely avoiding the busier parts of town, instead straying towards the edges and smaller alleys as to not garner too much attention. Ah, I should have brought a fursuit, then they wouldn't have known. Even then, we got the occasional stare. After just a couple minutes, we arrived at our destination where we were met by Riza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay too close to him. Damn! Okay, would it be rude to, like, ask if I could ride them around and, like, fly in the air? Like, I know that would be rude, but I really, really want to do that. Okay. Hey! Riza, long time no see.
How true is that? Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you, of all people, show up.
Yeah, I guess those degrees weren't so useless after all. Mine was. By the way, who's your friend?
Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much.
I bet he went a fight with mine. He looks grumpy. Just like you. Okay. Just like you. I suppose that would be the best.
Very funny.
Ha! Piss off. I'm here to make friends with dragons, not you. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger oh god, why do they have to use 3-syllable words? Lamps dragon, a few paces from us, Sebastian turned towards me and spoke up again. Damn, he is a lot bigger.
Hey Dayzee, this is Maverick.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you any special treatment like everyone else and we'll be good.
What are you talking about?
So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next messiah or something.
I am Jesus! Oh, please no. I don't want to get struck by lightning. But even if I did, I wouldn't edit it out. I want y'all to see all the fuckery that happens. No, I just thought...
We're not the ones making a big deal out of this, you are. We're just here to get what we agreed on and then we'll be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer if you let us alone, but you're the one who insists on following me everywhere I go.
Damn! I'm not sure if I would mouth off to a dragon. That sound effect just, that sound effect backed up what I was thinking. Do not talk smack with the dragon. Growl escaped the darker dragon's trembling lips as he bared his teeth at Riza.
Alright, that's quite enough. I'll just go inside already, shall we?
After you. Woo! The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways, as Sebastian led us to our destination. Oh, who are you? Okay. You seem nice. Fuck! Another voice I gotta do. Y'all better enjoy the fact that I do voices.
There you are, I was waiting for you.
Aw, she's pretty. I think it's a she.
Wait a minute, I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here?
They're only coming in later today, so you'll have to make do with me.
I see. Well, Dayzee, this is Anna. She kind of manages this building, though actually she's more involved with research wing rather than production and engineering.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I have something for you, by the way. It'll take them a while to make all the generators, so we promised. But we got one for you here. Feel free to send it home and give it a test.
That's great, I'll take it.
Looks a little small if you ask me. Don't underestimate its power. Oh, and do be careful not to drop it.
Sure, I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, Dayzee.
Hey.
I suppose I'll wait outside as well.
What thing? Oh, have you brought the PDA? Of course, here you go. Alright, now to give this thing a test run. The PDA lit up as her hand swiftly moved around its interface and calculated motions. By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It would only take a drop of your blood. Hold up. Hold up, bitch! Oh, okay. You know what? We are gonna make some bad choices, because why else would we be here other than to watch me suffer greatly from horrible choice making? We're gonna give her some blood.
What? Why?
I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'd share the results with you, of course. Let's do this. Great. She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which from a glance reminded me a lot of a test tube. Now, if you give me your hand, please. As I reached out to her, she took my hand in hers. Before she pressed the device into the back of my hand, I winced as pain jolted through my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterward, a droplet of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle. Thanks. You're welcome. It looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here. And since we're both in biology, it could be interesting if you want to meet other time as well. Here's my number. Alright. See you soon. Well, that was interesting.
Did she ask you for your blood too?
Damn! Yeah.
Did you give it to her?
Oh, we get to lie. Okay. I don't know why, but I don't like you. Is that just me? Does this Reza guy seem, like, weird to y'all? Or maybe it's just me being speciesist against humans. I'm a lie.
Me neither. I mean, if we're gonna give them our body, let's not do it for free, right?
I mean, I give people my body. Fuck! Sure. I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast?
I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this. That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Mavers?
I wouldn't mind to grab a bite myself.
That solves it then.
Lucky for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quickly to lead me to a table for the two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at another side of the restaurant.
Finally, I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time.
They say it's for our own security. It does seem rather strange. Maybe he likes you a lot. Maybe he just likes you a lot. We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, possessing two rather large wings as her forearms, which resembled those of an oversized bat.
Oh, I like her! Oh, it's the humans.
You were able to correctly identify your species. Wait, where?
That is a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name is Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you?
Just coffee, house, scrambled eggs and bacon.
Yeah, me too. Just make it quick.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Damn! Okay, now I really don't like him. Here's a pro tip for everyone. You can't judge somebody based on what they look like, but you can 100% judge them based on how they treat service workers. If they treat service workers like shit, they are shit, okay?
Sure thing. 2 scrambled eggs and bacon coming right up.
As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it really? Motherfucker, we're on a thing full of dragons. I don't know where we are. You don't know where we are. Fuck it.
Now, this is supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth or even a different dimension. Some things don't add up. Don't you think so too?
I was an art major not because I'm smart, Riza. I'm not sure. Let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick.
I've been here much longer than you have been. Maybe you'll see soon enough. And I really can't say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now.
Yeah, he's a charming fellow. He doesn't seem so bad. What a creep. I mean, in fairness, humans have not been that good when visiting other foreign countries. So, I would totally never blame one for not welcoming me. So he doesn't seem so bad. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes briefly met, his expression not showing any disconcertable emotions. Well, I wonder whether it had been just a coincidence or if he really was able to hear us from that distance.
I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble.
What kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Is it butt stuff?
Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can, but for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies.
He patted the generator's box for emphasis.
God knows we need him.
Oh, there she comes. I love her. The female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her 4 limbs on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wings to us with a gentle push of her snout. Ah, I love her.
There you go. Enjoy.
Now shoo, Scaly face. What? Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was wondering what kind of breakfast could be had in a place like this, but I was pleasantly surprised to find it quite as I was used to. The only real difference was they didn't apparently use cutlery. Wait, we had eggs. Are we eating their babies? Do the dragons live birth or do they have eggs? Are we eating their babies? when the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Riza leaned forward and whispered something to me. "I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do." Riza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. Did he not eat? I mean, I'll eat both. I'm not letting the food go to waste, but still. Laters. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window and finished my breakfast. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, but there was also the vague sense of danger conveyed by Riza's earlier words. I did not even have an idea to what kind of threat might be lurking out there. I know, right? I mean, I'm just eating their children. Well, you know, I'm just gonna eat their children as I sit in a foreign world. I might pick up that wyvern because she's adorable. Eventually I got up, ready to be my own way for whatever else the day might bring.
Are you done?
Sure am.
How do you like it?
It was alright.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just wait outside, I'll handle the rest here.
Sure thing. I stepped outside, taking the scenery of the strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I had already found the similarities between their world and ours utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with never-before-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Riza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me, just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw who apparently had somewhere to be. Oh, wow. I do love the art. It's very, for lack of a better word, it's very Pokemon. I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance, even though I'd only seen enough dragons to recognize their variation in size, color, and other attributes. I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joins me outside, having taken care of the tab.
I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind.
Hell yeah, always tip your staff. How nice of you.
In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Riza has the generator, you're free for today, so if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town.
I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Riza's words, I wanted to be careful and not stray too far without knowing more about the world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know?
I'll just accompany you back then.
Fuck Riza.
There we are.
Home sweet home, for now at least.
Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating and relaxing, considering checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me. But I thought it was better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, and what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just did not know about or completely alien, I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to take a risk on eating something I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the consumables might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. Fair. But I'm just gonna eat their children. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing, I would love to read that. I had to give up after a few pages due to its exponentially dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. That would have been hilarious. I would have loved to read that book, and that would just be hilarious, the whole thing. In the end, I settled on an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I had to admit it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I had come from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Adine, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and grounded into a bloody pulp by ancient human temples' moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Oh, you're adorable! Oh, he's so cute. He's so tiny. Oh, he's so tiny. Let's see. Hello there. Would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I? I've got a letter for you that requires a signature confirmation. I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw the sender of the letter in question was Riza. There you go. I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute, I recognize you. You try to do the same thing with Riza. Maybe I should report you to the superiors of your inappropriate behavior towards your clients. But it's important. Please, let me just talk to Dayzee for a few minutes. You know how it is. If you want to interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities. I like Lorem and how cute and like how much he expresses. Help me out here, Dayzee. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me, otherwise someone will fill in the blanks and who knows what they'll come up with. Let me show you something. Small Dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Lorem, a reporter? No, I'm just... You want me to remove him, Dayzee? Is what he's saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see, that sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise. Thank you so much! He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Aww. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. I liked him. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot I was also still holding Riza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of pleasantries I knew he hated, and that I assumed every word was fake as to conceal its true intent. It did mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. And I didn't remember ever having conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember what it was that I was missing, or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been the last few days? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel there's so much we should talk about. since we did not see each other so much recently. At least we have a chance to do it in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Riza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Read in between the lines? Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between them. I didn't have any impediment on me with which I could have been able to read fine print, though with this handwritten letter I doubted Riza could have done anything of the sort. I think I know it. After looking at it for a while, I came to the conclusion that the secret message said what Riza wanted me to do. Plan Sebastian's murder, what? Do nothing while he figures out what to do, find out more about their government, flee through the portal as soon as possible. Let's see. Have a pizza party, steal a certain book from the library, find out where Maverick breaks into the manufacturing plant. Have a pizza party! No, that's not it. I'm just gonna go through all of them. Now I'm just guessing and hoping I get lucky. Yep. Why am I? Because I'm gonna go on every one. Fine. I'm unable to look elsewhere. Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given an apartment, considering the things they provided us. Maybe I had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here, though, and of course I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for. The bookshelf, bath, kitchen, look in the fridge, plenty of stuff here. Crack open an egg and look inside, yes. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open every egg, damn it! Oh, like, I opened all of them. I wasted a perfectly good batch of eggs. There's some veggies here. If I put it on the floor and step over, what would happen? I'd be going on a date. Ah! But no, there's no hint here. Okay. My favorite out of here is Grape. So Daddy Grape finds his kid crying, asks, "What's wrong, kid?" But through all the tears, the kid couldn't get a single word out, and eventually the dad had enough and he said, "Stop No, I won't say it. It wasn't a good joke anyway. Stop whining." But a bump. Do all of them have puns? Okay, good. What do I know about figs? Quite a bit actually. Figs are the ripe with history and still enjoy some cultural significance, especially in religious circles. I wanted a pun! Not only that, but they're also mentioned in Greek mythology. Isn't that fascinating? But wait, there's more. The influence of figs also extends towards words, phrases, and sayings we use today. Take the words sycophant, for example, which comes from the Greek expression meaning someone who shows the fig, which is a vulgar expression at a time. I don't give a fig, which of course is a figure of speech. There it is! Might as well be said the influence of figs is as far-reaching as the fruit succulent, figuratively speaking, that is. I'm afraid nothing of this actually helps with the Riza letter, though. Fine, lemon. Lemons, of course. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message. Yeah! I feel like they could have said, huh? Like when we're reading it, why does it smell like citrus? Or something like that to give us a hint. But okay, yeah. I know about this. If you take lemon juice and you write on a piece of paper and give it to someone when the lemon juice dries, you take a lighter and you hold it under the thing and the fire will burn everywhere except where the lemon juice is, and you can read the message. Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. In most boring detail, of course, a message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried. But after heating it gently, oxidation occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. Meet at the portal tonight, 10 p.m. That's all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some time left before I'd have to go out to meet Riza. So I decided to make some lunch. I could have made some scrambled eggs if I hadn't broken them earlier. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned to the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Riza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way otherwise, but I could still see the portal in distance. As I was walking, I was wondering if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep? Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal. His visiting made it obvious he had waited just for me. I was already wondering whether you'd get it at all. Yes, I did. What did you expect? Well, you didn't make it easy. What a wonderful night it is. Just look at the stars. You can see them so clearly here without all the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Almost as if we were looking right into the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there, but after all these years, we'd found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. What's going on, Riza? Why did you call me here at this time? For one, because we're sending the generator home. Right, before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep contact with us and enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open just a quarter of an hour each day. Sending something back home wasn't problematic for us since the high energy expenditure associated with sending objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was conducted in regards to our trade, the PDAs and the generators were basically stuck here. As for the other, do you know what this place is? You said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon, and we better not be here when it happens. Hold up now. You ain't about to skirt past that. What? What are you talking about? I'd hope you see it too, but then it took me a while to understand, and I had a head start on you in any case. While he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagine it must have just been the wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery. Except for the fact there was no wind. Riza. This might take a while to explain, but we got the whole night. No, we don't. Riza, look. He turned around to face whatever I was seeing, and he squinted before he called out. Hey, how dare you follow me even here? The disturbance came closer until it became clear it was Maverick who had hidden nearby to listen to our conversation. I knew you were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack? Wait a minute, there's no reason for. Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe. And I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell lemon on it? Pathetic. You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of yous. Come on, I think you're overreacting, but we'll come with you and What? What? Oh, hell no! What the fu- Riza, what are you doing? Come on, Dayzee, let's get out of here! No, I'm not going with you! In the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had... Oh, he shot his ass! I thought he was just holding it up. No, he shot his ass! It had penetrated his hide, a trickle of blood staining his dark scales and earth beneath. Riza used an opportunity to run off in some direction, I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned the surroundings looking for Riza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat. I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. Fuck, we got fucked up. I told y'all I didn't trust that Riza bitch, and now we're getting fucked up because he had some tinfoil ass shit in his brain that he couldn't even tell us. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try. As to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay down on the ground, panting. I'm still watching you, you know, and you better not move for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I can't promise you it won't be nice. After a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived, it was two dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other one I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. Whoa, why are you hot? Okay. Hey kid, you alright? I think I'm alright. I am Bryce. Police. I am Bryce, Chief of Police in this town. Can you tell me what happened? I'm not sure. Reza shot Maverick and ran off. Maverick followed here and tried to apprehend us. I'ma just be straight. Reza shot you, boy. Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation.
Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness at this rate.
Well, that's just brilliant.
What do you think, Chief?
Dayzee, can you walk? Yeah, I think so. Alright, Sebastian, take Dayzee to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Riza.
Right on. Come on, Dayzee, I'll help you up.
I was still shaken up by the events I had just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. Man! The next day, I woke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Riza and Maverick, but in the end, I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. Okay, that looks like a good place to stop for today. Oh my god. I really like, I think her name was Adine. I like her. She's very nice, and she laughed at my terrible joke. So, I like her. Anyway. So your boy got fucked up. So we're gonna have to deal with that in the next episode. If you like what you see, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see my content in the future. Also, while you're here, if you have any game suggestions or you want to say hi, leave it down in the comment section below. I'm Dayzee Hyena. I'll catch you all in the next vid.